Hello there, my name is Martin Henley. This is the Effective Marketing YouTube channel. I'm here all on my own talking to the camera. It's got a bit weird, but this is something new, which I'm really interested in, is I'm going to call it reaction time. So basically, it seems to me that what we've got going on here is we've got the talk marketing thing where some absolutely brilliant marketing people are sharing everything they know about sales and marketing. This is all happening with a view to support you to be more successful in your business. So that's one thing that's going on. We're doing the news is going on. The WTF is coming again. I'm confident that next week we will see a new WTF that will come to you on Monday. And this is about reacting to what goes on the internet or in the world. This is what this is about. Jonas convinced me on the Marketing News Show that TikTok is a good thing. He says it's his favorite social media. I see lots of videos that really quite upset me sometimes on the internet about marketing, and I don't approve of that. When I do the talk marketing, I typically start by saying how many decades of experience our guests have. And decades of experience is really useful, really good. It's worth talking to those people 100%. But what we're not doing is we're not checking in with the kids. So that's what today's episode is about. So on today's episode, because Jonas tells me that TikTok is a really useful place to find out about marketing, I'm going to be reacting to marketing videos on TikTok. And it really interests me because I don't do TikTok. I've seen a lot of reels. I've seen a lot of shorts on YouTube. I've not engaged a lot in TikTok, and I've kind of been putting it off. So there's two major challenges here, or two major questions here, which is, can these kids on TikTok actually be delivering value in a marketing sense? Now, I don't want to be a snob about this because, my thinking is, if you want to be successful with your marketing, phase one is just do some marketing and just be aware of what's going on and what's working and be adaptable, and you will be successful like that, because 99% of businesses aren't doing this effectively. So I don't want to be a snob about that. Maybe this is just a chance for me to bring you some more amazing content from other people onto the site. I'm happy to be guilty if I'm charged with that. So I'm not judging these people. The big question, I suppose, for me is not, are these young people talking sense? Although that is the question. The second question, the more important question is it actually possible to deliver some marketing value within the extraordinarily short limitations? I think TikTok is limited to 2 minutes. I think most of these videos are under a minute. So I am anti this idea of snippets or nuggets or these kinds of things. What I say is, if you want to get good at marketing, and you should get good at marketing, then what you should really be doing is investing the time and the energy to actually skill yourself up and get these skills. But can these typically young people deliver something of value in a minute? I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm tremendously excited about this. So let's go to TikTok. So what I've seen is that you have to search for... that's not very good. I've spelled that completely wrongly. So you have to search for... Where is it? Here it is. So you have to search for... You can't just search for marketing, for example. You get just different things. So I'm interested in search engine optimization. So let's do a search and see if there are TikTokers who are talking about search engine optimization. Now, as we know, you're over here, as we know, digital marketing is a very specific thing. So I am spelling optimization here with an S. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm British and I speak English. And so I spell in the English way. It might be worth another time, if we come back and do this again, might be coming and having a look and spelling it with a Z as opposed to a Z, and seeing if some of these American contributors, what they're adding. But I'm expecting to see English people talking about search engine optimization. The question is, can these people deliver? Do they know what they're talking about? Can they deliver some value in a minute or 2 minutes? I'm tremendously interested, excited to find out. Here we go.
Backlinks to. And there's even more SEO tips in this attached playlist. 5 SEO tips that'll help you get more website traffic. Use a free tool like Uber suggests to find all of the top keywords and the top content ideas in your industry. Use this free Google Chrome extension to find out the SEO information on any website page. Embed a YouTube video that you create on every blog article you post because it'll let your website page rank in the Google Videos tab. Make sure you have one H1 tag per page. Every other paragraph section on there should be H2 tags or lower. Do a Google search for your industry blog in quotation marks because it's going to show you a list of websites that are related to your website that you can get backlinks to. And there's even more SEO tips in this attached playlist. 5.
Okay, so this is interesting. This is really interesting. 5 SEO tips for your website. So
SEO
what's the
tips that'll
first
help you
one?
get more website traffic. Use a free tool like Ubersuggest to find all of the top keywords and the top content ideas in your industry.
Okay, so 100% you need to do your keyword research. Ubersuggest is a great tool. There are lots of tools. You would probably start with the Google Keyword Planner because lots of this data that all of these tools use comes from Google anyway. So 100% you need to do your Google keyword research.
Use this free Google Chrome extension to find out the SEO information on any website page.
Okay, so maybe go to your competitors, do some competitor analysis, see who is ranking above you, what it is that they are doing. That makes perfect sense if that's what that tool does. So yeah, I think if that's what he's asking, or maybe you can come back and assess your pages by using this tool. Not entirely sure what that tool does. Maybe it's really useful.
Embed a YouTube video that you create on every blog article you post because it'll let your website page rank in the Google Videos tab.
Okay, yeah, so good idea. I mean, there's 2 good reasons for having video on your pages. One is that it will increase the amount of time that people spend on those pages if they take the time to press the play button on those videos. And the second, of course, is with search engine optimization, there are lots of search engines on Google's homepage, so or certainly around Google's homepage. Or search engines results page. So there is obviously the search engines results page. That's a search engine. The organic search results, the ad search results, they are a search engine. The Google My Business or the local listings, they are a search engine. Images search engine, and yeah, the video search engine. So 2 great reasons to put video onto your pages.
Make sure you have one H1 tag per page. Every other paragraph section on there should be H2 tags or lower. Do a Google.
Yeah, 100%. So the tags in WordPress are H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So you should break up your pages a little bit like you break up a book with chapters. You break up your pages into these different areas. And the other thing you should do clearly is put your keyword, your target keyword, into each of those headers tags. So that makes sense.
Google search for your industry blog in quotation marks because it's going to show you a list of websites that are related to your website that you can get backlinks to. And there's even
Yeah, so you can get backlinks from blogs. I don't know if they're the best backlinks anymore, but you certainly can, like comment type backlinks or guest post type backlinks. He doesn't specify. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Also, kind of competitor research. Also, see what other people are talking about. So I think, how long is this? I'm not entirely sure how long this is. I can't see the name.
more SEO tips in this attached playlist.
Okay, it's about 50. Oh, it's 46 seconds is how long it is. So there you go. You can deliver some value in 46 seconds. So well done, Social Type Pro, SEO and TikTok marketing agency. See what they're saying in the comments. Cool, thanks. There are a couple of things I didn't know about. Nice. Microsoft Clarity, applauds. Thank you for the H2 tip. I'm from Ethiopia. If you want cat contact, have a ton. It's good for research. Okay, so interesting. So I'm going to give Social Type Pro for his 5 SEO tips for your website 7 out of 10. Strong work. Who am I to judge this?
Okay, so you want to get better at SEO? Here are 3 things you should focus on. Let's go. At the most basic level, SEO is made up of content, architecture, and backlinks. Those are the 3 things to focus on. Here's what each of those mean. Let's start.
Yeah, 100%. SEO is literally the performance of your site. It is the content on your site, and it is other sites giving you what we used to call link juice, credibility by linking to your site.
Start with content. So first, begin by doing keyword research using a tool like SEMrush, Ahrefs, or one of the free keyword research tools, and look for the keywords that you have a good chance of ranking for. Those are the ones that are going to have a decent search volume, but they're not super competitive. So you don't want to go after keywords that have no searches, but you also don't want to go after the super competitive stuff. So it is sort of a fine art of figuring out the right balance there. And then
yeah, not sure if he's going to tell us about long tail keywords, but essentially what I would say is it's fine to have competitive keywords. You want to see them in long tail first. When I talk about this with people, I talk about the kind of like the on-page octopus, where the long tail keywords are kind of at the very end of the tentacles, and the really competitive keywords are probably right in the center of your architecture of your site. So there'll be the heading tabs. Okay, yeah, cool.
When you're ready to create content, you can create content in a variety of different ways. It doesn't just have to be a blog post. You can create video content, you can create infographics and try to rank on Google Images. But the idea here is to create content around those keywords that you've prioritized that really answers the search intent. The second pillar of
Okay, yeah, so 100%, it's a good idea. I mean, these things would always go into a blog post, I think, but 100% video, images, infographics, audio. You know, there's lots of ways to produce content, and I would argue that maybe the easiest way to produce content is video. It's easy to sit in front of a camera and press record, so that's a good idea. Architecture. I would say architecture first, though, is all I would say.
Of great SEO is architecture. This really involves how your site is built, the structure, everything that's under the surface. So think of content and backlinks as like the top of the iceberg, and architecture is everything that's under the water. There's a lot there. So this could be things like making sure your site loads quickly, making sure it's mobile responsive and has good usability, making sure that you're using title tags and H1s and meta descriptions, all those different things that go into technical SEO. That's really what we're talking about here. And then also the on-site optimization that you have to do to interlink your pages and all the stuff that's behind the scenes. And finally, we get the
Yeah, so architecture is, Google is only going to recommend your site if it works nicely and it doesn't cause people problems and if it's relevant. So the architecture kind of, if that's what they're talking about it, if that is what he's talking about, is about making sure that the pages load nicely and quickly, that there is no spam or viruses associated with them. It might include things like having SSL certificates to make sure that people can securely see your content, that the pages work, that you know, essentially they are presenting the information in a nice way. So 100% architecture, but I would say architecture first.
The backlinks. This is where a lot of folks think that all the SEO magic happens, but really if you're creating great content and you're getting some traffic to your site, you're going to get backlinks naturally, but you can always augment this by sharing your content on social media, by doing some cold email outreach campaigns to let people know that you've just created an amazing resource. But again, you have to create great content or people will not want to link back to you. And no matter what you do, never do any of these dark, shady, black hat tactics where you're buying links or doing things like that, because Google is smart and they will figure it out. So the backlinks will come over time, but you can augment that with some proactive outreach and social sharing. So there.
Okay, so I'm not entirely sure. It's not worth getting your site delisted by doing black hat stuff. He's right. If you create amazing content, then eventually you might get some backlinks to your site. It takes long. It takes really, really long to do that. But 100% backlinks are useful. So there is stuff that you can do that isn't black hat. You can make sure, for example, that you are backlinking from your customer sites. You can ask them to give you referrals and testimonials and link to your sites. From your supplier sites, you can make sure that you are listed in all of the appropriate industry directories. You can be engaging in some old-fashioned PR with your local press and your industry press and ask them. You can go out and do some guest blogging. So there are lots of ways that you can do link building without having to resort to spammy stuff. And you probably have to do a bit of this, I would say. If you are waiting for people to fall in love with your content and start linking to you, then you might be waiting an enormous amount of time. You know, I would want to be much more proactive about that. Sharing your links, sharing your content on social media is a great idea. There are supposedly more than 250 ranking what's the word? Factors, I think, is the word that they use. But absolutely, people visiting your site, people spending time on your site, people visiting lots of pages on your site, all of the data that you collect from analytics has to be informing where Google rank your site. So getting traffic to your site is useful other than backlinks. So he's 100% right. You do need backlinks. I would say don't wait for people to fall in love with your content and start sharing you and start linking to your pages. Go out and do some stuff. It doesn't have to be black hat. This guy's, don't know how long, Nicholas Growth Marketer, still has, he's gone for the whole 2 minutes here.
There you have it. That's my take on the basics of SEO. Of course, if you ask other SEO professionals, they're going to give you a different approach probably. So, of course, this is not a one-size-fits-all approach. This is just something that's worked well for me over the years, and I hope it works well for you. For more marketing tips, hit that like button and also follow. Take care. Okay, so you...
Okay, good. This is brilliant work, I think, by Nicholas. He's absolutely right. There isn't one approach fits all kind of a kick here. It does depend on where you are. But the thing is, I would say, if you are interested to get your site ranking, you should be interested to get your site ranking. If you're interested to do that, then just find out about the basics and do the basics, because you will be astounded. You will be astounded at how little SEO people are actually doing occasionally. So just getting the basics right will put you on your way. Strong work, Nicholas. I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. For Nicholas Growth Marketer. If I knew how to like and follow, I can send, oh, that's how you like. I don't want to comment. Great explanation of SEO, great video, really helpful. Yeah, really good work. Well done, Nicholas. Okay, cool. Next.
Let's talk about search engine optimization. What actually is it? Let me explain. What's up, guys? Jason, the SEO guy here, and I'm just going to give you a really brief description that hopefully helps you define what SEO actually is. So I like to explain it this way. Google's job is to provide the best answer to the searcher's question when they type something in Google. So if your website only has one post about a certain topic, you're not going to rank for it. But if it has guides and resources and videos around something like therapy or a keto diet or lawn services, it's going to rank you higher. So think in those concepts. If you have a few keywords or certain things in your niche you want to rank for, produce content around that, and that will allow you to rank higher on Google because you're helping the searcher find the answer to the question that they're looking for.
Right, I don't feel like he actually answered the question, what is search engine optimization? Search engine optimization for me is the investment you make of time, energy, and money in getting your websites to rank on Google. That's what search engine optimization is. Of course, it's hugely valuable. People do go. I would question whether Google is actually in the business of providing the best result. They're actually in the business of providing the most relevant result, as long as it, and they have all kinds of ideas around that as well. I don't think Jason, the SEO guy, actually defined what search engine optimization is. I'm going to give this 4 out of 10. I feel mean, but that's what I'm going to give it. Check this out. See how your site shows up on Google and for what keywords.
There's a borderline life hack I'm about to tell you about that not only lets you see if your website shows up in Google searches, but you can also see if your website shows up in Google searches for specific keywords. Interested? Go to google.com and then type in site:/www.yourwebsite.com. Now hit enter. It will pull up all of the pages that are indexed on Google from your website. Take this a step further by doing site:/yourwebsite.com/ whatever keyword you're wanting to see if your website pulls up for. You can also do this for your competitors' websites, seeing what keywords they pull up for. Be sure to schedule your free SEO strategy call with us if you're not showing up for your intended keywords. Share this with yourself so you don't forget to try it out later. Not sure if your website shows up on Google? There's a borderline life hack I'm about to tell you about that not only lets you see if your website shows
Why can't I pause this now? Okay, so this is, I need to be able to pause it. Why can't I pause it?
For specific keywords. Interested?
I tell you why, because we are looking at the thing.
Type in site.
Pause. Okay, Bear with me. So 100%, you need to be able to, if you're making this investment of time, energy, and money in getting your website to rank on the search engines, 100% you need to be able to track it. So this site search from Google is probably the easiest, least complicated way to see very basic information about if your site is getting indexed, if it's ranking or not. What you should probably do is make sure you've got the tools installed. So the tool here is Search Console. So make sure you've got Search Console installed on your website, and what that will give you is a whole host of information, not only all of the issues that you might be having. We've spoken already in this video about the architecture type thing. So all of the issues that you might be having with the site from an architectural or site functionality kind of process, mobile optimization, all those kinds of things. Also, if your site is ranking, which phrases they're ranking for, where they are ranking. So there's much more. For a starter, this is a great way to start. People don't understand enough that they're on a journey with their search engine optimization, so they will go from where they are to where they need to be. If you're ranked in 1,000th position, you've got a long, hard road ahead of you. But if you do happen to be ranking in 4th position already, then you are in the neighborhood already. So I'm going to give this 5 out of 10 for organically digital. What we might do is just come back and look at one person's content in the future. But we're going to do this for half an hour, and we are on this already for 21 minutes. So maybe we've got time for a couple more.
Most people are horrified when they...
Oh, God. Is someone... GMBSEO. Is someone stealing my keywords? 59 seconds. We can ride this for 59
realize
seconds.
Just how easy it is for a competitor to steal all of the keywords from their Google My Business. Literally all a competitor has to do is copy the URL of your website and it's game over. Because the next thing they're going to do is paste it into a tool like this, which will instantly show them each and every keyword that your website is currently ranking for on Google. But this tool will show them a lot more than that. It's also going to show them how many monthly searches each one of your keywords gets, and exactly how much it would cost per click to run ads on Google. It's also going to show them exactly where your website ranks for these keywords. But the scary thing is most of your competitors are probably going to take it a step further than that, and what they're going to do next is put one of these stolen keywords into a keyword research tool. Because what this tool is going to do is show them hundreds of other keywords that they can target to bring traffic to their website instead of yours. So all they have to do is find an easy one that gets a ton of searches, and boom, they're outranking you. Make sure this doesn't happen to you, and check out the tool linked in my profile.
Right, GMB SEO. This is really poor. I mean, maybe, I don't know, in 59 seconds, maybe this is... So it doesn't need to be framed like this, doesn't it? It doesn't have to have Tom the Cat saying yikes throughout. You don't own these keywords. You compete for these keywords. This is just very basic competitor analysis, working out which keywords might be. This is just basic keyword research, isn't it? Competitor keyword research. So you don't own these things. You compete for them. And certainly not them discovering that your keywords means that they outrank you. That's not the way the world works. Then they have to do the investment. They have to do the architecture. They have to do the on-page. They have to do the off-page. And so this is a little bit of alarmism from GMB SEO. You don't need to feel anxious about this. You don't need to be worried about this. You certainly don't need to be scared about this. What you need to do is roll your sleeves up and compete, and you'll be absolutely fine. So, no, GMB SEO, no. I didn't rank this from GMB SEO. I'm going to give this 1 out of 10 because he did some marketing, so maybe that's enough. Okay, love this. It's 7 seconds. This is a great way of delivering this message. Did this dentist just win the SEO game? This dentist might have won the SEO game if their URL is dentist near me. Now this goes back to, I can't even remember what it was, Penguin or something. One of the updates basically killed it. But there was a period in time where really the only ranking factor or the primary ranking factor was your domain name. So the reason my business is called Effective Marketing Company is because it has the words effective, marketing, and company all in the name, which were then in the URL. So the site is still at effectivemarketingcompany.co.uk. So what happened all the way back then is that I started ranking really quite quickly for Effective Marketing Company, which was nice. And then after a period of time, I was ranking for Effective Marketing, which was nice. And after a more period of time, or more time passed, then I was ranking for Marketing Company, which was nice, all because I had the keywords in the domain name. So if this dentist were to have the domain dentistnearme.com.co.uk, whatever it might be, then certainly they might find themselves ranking. The thing is, it's not just about the domain name anymore. So you're going to have to do the architecture. You're going to have to do the content. You're going to have to do the off page. But I would say this dentist really might have won the SEO game. And the way they could really hammer that nail into the coffin is if they did become the dentist near me. So if they were able to franchise this and have a dentist outlet in every major population in the world, then this could really rock, I think. I am going to score this Nicholas Growth Marketer. Did we start with Nicholas Growth Marketer? I think we did, didn't we? Yeah, Nicholas Growth Marketer. So he's ranking here. He's doing it. I'm giving this 9 out of 10. Super strong work, Nicholas Growth Marketer. Okay, so the other thing I want to say about this is I'm going to reach out to these people and let them know they're appearing in this video. And I would love for them to appear on Talk Marketing, because I really want to speak to people who have kind of different outlooks and energies and experiences. That's what I want to do. Nicholas Growth Marketer, I would love to have a conversation with you, man.
This is the best SEO technique for complete beginners. Does this sound like you? You've built or you're currently building your website, and you know that you somehow need to get your website to appear on Google for certain keywords. But how do you find keywords you can actually rank for, and where do you put them? Let me show you how to do that. Head over to SEMrush and click on their keyword magic tool. In this example, I'm going to use solar panels as my keyword. So enter it and hit enter. Some keywords are very difficult to rank for. So what we need to do is scroll through this list and find keywords that have a keyword difficulty that is very easy or easy, and you can see those are the ones with the green dots. Once you've found keywords that are easy to rank for, add them to your keyword manager by clicking the blue plus button. Repeat the process looking for more keywords that you can actually rank for. Here I've gone for solar panel cost. Click on keyword difficulty and type in 0 to 29 and hit the apply button. We've now got 186 keywords that have very easy or easy keyword difficulty. Select and add the keywords that you want to keep to your keyword manager. Now that you've got your keywords, you're going to need to write informative content on your website in multiple locations, including those keywords, so that you start to rank for them in Google search. There are 3 tools in SEMrush you can use to help write your content: topic research, content template, and writing assistant. Type in the topic you want to research, and SEMrush will provide a list of topics that you can write about. Once you've chosen your topic, use the SEO content template to get an outline of how you should lay out your content in an SEO friendly way. This will give you recommendations based on your top 10 rivals for those keywords, showing you the content and examples of where you should include your keywords in your own content. Finally, use the SEO writing assistant. Once you've written your content, your blog article, the information for your website, add it to the quick checker, and you will get information on how your content has been written in relation to SEO and what changes you need to make. Repeat this process to find keywords and add content to your website that you will start to rank for in Google. This is a perfect step to take if you have a new website and you're looking for keywords that you can start to rank for and you have no idea where to start. Follow for more and hit me up with any questions in the comments. This is the best.
Okay, so this is brilliant. This is really, really good. So this is in, where are we? 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Okay, so there's clearly not a limit, 2-minute limit. This is absolutely brilliant. All I would say is, if you're a complete beginner, but he's not quite saying that. He's not saying if you're a complete beginner to the world. I don't think a subscription to SEMrush was it SEMrush that he was talking about?
SEO technique for complete beginners. Does this sound like you? You've built or you're currently building your website, and you know that you somehow need to get your website to appear on Google for certain keywords. But how do you find keywords you can actually rank for, and where do you put them? Let me show you how to do that. Head over to SEMrush and...
Yeah, so he's talking about SEMrush. Now, SEMrush, I don't know how much it costs. I think it might cost $100 a month. I think if you've got $100 a month, it's a really, really sensible investment, maybe. There's lots of ways of doing these things without maybe giving SEMrush $100 a month or whatever it might be. But this is absolute genius, because what he's saying is exactly 100% right. What you need to be is you need to be the thing that people are looking for. And if this tool is showing you exactly what people are looking for, and they were showing you how competitive those keywords are, this is the second aspect of this. Be the thing that people are looking for, and aim for the lowest hanging fruit first. So this will typically be long tail type keywords. And yeah, I think this is absolute genius. He's telling you in 2 minutes and whatever it was, 19 seconds exactly. GenUp Digital, I'm going to give you 9 out of 10. You've delivered some real value there, I think, in 3 minutes. And I hope you have somewhere here an affiliate link to SEMrush, because you are doing them a real favor. Okay, good. So where are we? 31 minutes and 26 seconds. I've learned something. I didn't know that SEMrush had that functionality, which they do, which is beautiful. Maybe I will consider again now looking at a subscription with SEMrush. I think, I don't know, maybe I should have kept a tally. I think 80%, like in half an hour, I think almost 80% of what we've seen is really useful and good. I'm going to do this again. Come check it out.